Hello and welcome to the Hotkeys podcast. This is a show where we talk about everything pop culture and random in the world. I'm your host, Mick, and I'm joined by
Wil Dobratz,
Landon Browning,
and Jordan Elton.
What's up, dudes?
Oh,
It's February 23rd, 2020.
gang, crawling around.
A cold February.
It was pouring
Today.
outside today.
It's
And
like
now
sloppy.
it's sunny out.
Like, is it?
Yes,
The sun seems to be peeking through the clouds.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Dude,
Dude.
what
The
in
sun
the
has
world?
risen.
Spokane is bipolar.
Spokane does not know what it's feeling,
Oh, yeah.
but I'm
As
feeling
it
cold.
usually does. Oh, yeah. It's a cold day outside.
You know, you complain about my apartment being too hot. You complain about my apartment being too cold.
Isn't that a sign of bad insulation?
It's probably a sign of, like, I'm cheap.
Two friends of mine were taking engagement photos today, so...
Really?
Yeah. So it was pouring out today, so
Wait,
it's probably fun for
Are
them.
these who I think it's it?
No,
is?
it's
Oh,
not.
okay.
It is
Not your sister.
Not my sister.
Anyway, Landon, you watched The Thing last
Yeah,
night?
I did. John Carpenter's The Thing.
The Thing with,
Fantastic movie.
with the Kurt
1982.
Russell himself. How'd you like it?
I thought it was good. The special effects were funny. Like,
1980 special
oh, yeah, they're
effects.
hilarious. They're
Yeah.
awesome. Like,
I mean, they're all like practical, right?
Oh yeah. Like it's so over the top. Like the gore of the special effects, it's so funny. Like
But see, the remake that came out in 2011,
it's actually a prequel. I read.
is it a prequel?
Yeah, it's about the team beforehand. It's the team that
Oh.
finds it.
Well, either way, it's along the lines of the same story,
Yeah,
and a lot of the same things happen, and the special effects look horrible
Do
because
they?
it's all like really
CGI,
bad
probably.
CGI.
have you watched it? Is it?
I've only seen clips of it, and the weird thing is that they made a bunch of practical like puppets and effects that are actually on the set when they're filming, and they just digitally painted over them.
That's stupid.
I mean, and I'm sure they're I don't know, like I prefer practical stuff over
Yeah.
digital any day. I mean, it's getting
sure.
better now. Like it's a lot harder to tell now what's real and what's CGI. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's why I like Mission Impossible and like that, because all their special effects are pretty much like Tom Cruise
Stunts. Yeah, he
actually
does the
jumped
stunt.
out of like a helicopter like to
he flew the
skydive
hel- he
in
flew the
Mission
helicopter,
Impossible like fall. Yeah, he flew the helicopter and Henry Cavill was in like the back seat for
Yeah.
some of it or something
Henry
like that.
Cavill's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
an interview he's like one bad turn we're dead. Like
yeah,
Tom
but-
Cruise is like Scientology.
but
Can't die.
I guess he's like Tom Cruise is like flying the jets in the new Top Gun movie.
Yeah.
yeah, he's
Which
it's insane.
that's nuts. Man.
I've never watched the first one, but
Oh, it's awful.
Is
It's so corny. I mean, it's
don't
like it's
don't
like
let Kyle
it's
hear
like-
you say that because Kyle loves Top Gun.
Who, Kyle? Who?
Kyle Schwan.
the pastor.
Well,
Wow.
that,
Kyle. Yeah,
that
He does?
explains
He likes
a
that
lot.
movie?
Kyle loves
That
Top Gun.
explains a lot.
like loves the film.
Really? That's
Yes.
funny.
It's
Yes.
a bad movie, but it's
Isn't it like just cheesy?
it's
goodness,
classic
like-
80s cheese that apparently
It
someone like
represents
Kyle
an
likes.
era, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the go-to 80s movie that you could put on in any other show or anything that's in the 80s. And it's like, okay,
No, this is the same,
that's the
yeah.
80s. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh. But the thing was good. I like the premise of it. For those that haven't seen, it's basically this team in Antarctica on a research facility that.
It's like us.
Yeah. Oh no,
Wait a minute.
Jordan, I didn't see you for a while.
What?
But basically, that like, there's this alien creature that's picking them off, and it like once it like gets somebody, it can like basically or like assimilate and look just like that person and act just like them.
That
Mhm.
sounds wild.
So like it's all this distrust, like who's the alien?
And
who's
at multiple points in the movie, you don't know who the alien is.
Oh yeah, for most of it, yeah. Like I wasn't even sure. And in the it's really good. And the ending is really interesting too.
Interesting.
Like,
Shall we spoil the ending?
No.
no, I think people should go out and watch it.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, cool.
chances are a lot of people have watched it.
Yeah,
I
it's a
mean,
pretty
it's been out
popular
forever,
movie.
but
I think
I
I've
was
seen
reading about
clips
it on
it.
I was reading about it online and that it was critically panned when it came out.
Oh, yeah.
Like people were
Yeah.
like, oh, it's stupid. Like people didn't like the more pessimistic tone. Like,
Yep.
because it came out like around ET and everybody was like, oh,
Mhm.
like they wanted more.
E.T.'s the
Well,
greatest
they like wanted
movie.
ET
ever.
sucks. Just for the record, ET sucks. It's a
I've
terrible
never
don't
seen-
like E.T. that much.
No,
I've
it's
never
It's
seen
a terrible
ET.
movie. It's terrible.
It's
Come
interesting.
get me.
I never saw it
It's
because
interesting.
it just looked boring to me.
I finally watched it a few years ago and like I was like nodding off. Like that's how
like it's
bad,
one of those
like,
movies that was so popular back in the day that people really want you to watch just because it was popular. And it's like, okay, but is the movie itself actually good, or is it
No,
just because
it's
it was
not.
so popular?
It's
and
not
it was like,
They plastic bag off the house, right? In that movie.
I think they do. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. I
It's
think.
I didn't
a dumb
know.
movie.
I think I've seen 2 movies very similar to E.T.
Yeah.
And so
Well, it's
I don't
another
know.
like
There's-
80s like kids trying to save something. It's
Yeah.
stupid.
Instead of watching E.T., we'll watch Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Has anybody seen that?
No,
even that movie's
uh,
kind of boring.
Really? I like it a lot.
It's okay.
It's a slower pace kind of movie. But
means something. This is important. Your father was.
gosh dang it.
yeah, I don't know. I tend to like alien type things. Like I tend to want them to be more like I don't want the aliens to be benevolent. I
Have you
want them to
seen-
be like terrifying.
You've seen
Like,
Alien and Aliens, right?
I've seen Alien. I have not seen Aliens. It's on HBO now though, and I still have HBO now, so I'm thinking about watching it.
Watch Aliens.
I've heard Aliens is great.
Aliens is fantastic.
Like, cause Aliens is really good.
Aliens, it's kind of like a different movie, but the same.
It's a little
Like,
bit more action heavy.
It's a little bit more action heavy, but it's at the same time it's terrifying in parts. Like it's
Yeah.
just like, whoa.
I've only seen Prometheus.
People hate on that
only
movie.
seen Prometheus.
If people hate on Prometheus, I think it's good.
I haven't
I
seen
still think it's
Prometheus.
good. I still think I don't know. It's
Well-
tense. It's really tense. Like
I guess looking at it without knowing anything else about the franchise, it was really confusing.
yeah.
I mean, it was okay.
that's the
but
first
it was-
one I watched out of all of them.
Yeah, but I haven't seen Alien
Yeah.
or Aliens yet. So
Yeah.
but I mean, the universe is kind of cool. Like just the visuals that
The way the
they
ships
came up
look.
with, and like the ships, the aliens themselves. It's just like very like almost gothic
Yeah.
kind
The
of.
xenomorph is terrifying.
Yeah, very creepy looking.
I love how it opens its mouth and, like the little one comes out.
Oh,
no.
dude, that thing's deadly.
Oh yeah. I love the way their computer interfaces look on the ship. Like it's so like retro, like looking like.
Have you played Alien Isolation?
Played a little bit of it.
Okay, I've heard that's a really good game. And
It's
terrifying.
scary. It's scary.
Too scary for you.
Too scary. Too scary for
You you just drop Resident Evil immediately. It's so irritating.
Too scary. I used to be like really into scary games. Now like I'm a little like less into them. I
Is
still
it
like.
because you live alone? Like, is that the
You play it at
factor?
night?
Yeah, I play them at night and stuff.
Oh,
like,
dude, play it bright early.
but like it's more like just the.
Yeah.
I still love scary movies.
Put on ABBA in the
like-
background and
Dancing
anything to help you
Queen.
out.
SOS, right? Isn't that one of the songs like? Isn't SOS an ABBA song?
Maybe I don't know.
I think it
I'm
is.
not
I think it
familiar with
is.
it.
I'll just go with you and say yes.
Yeah, it is. I don't know music.
I'm not a huge ABBA fan,
There's,
but
I think ABBA's most famous ones are Dancing Queen. There's
Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia,
Mamma
because they
Mia.
did the Mamma Mia soundtrack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mamma Mia, Dancing Queen, and there's one more. Can't remember.
Yeah,
Oh well, but
horror movies are good. Like a good
Yeah.
tense,
I haven't
like-
seen
I
a
think-
ton of horror movies.
I think horror I don't know which one I like better because I like experiencing horror games together as like
horror games.
as like a group of people. Because I remember one time we went over to your house and we played PT.
Oh, dude, that
Oh,
was
That was so much fun.
I
that game's
remember
so
that.
scary.
That was
That game is-
terrifying.
It was
It's insane.
Do you still
It's just
have
not-
it?
I have it on my parents. Technically have it because you can't download it now.
Oh,
so it's,
right.
I gave them my old PS4
Right.
and it's on that. I told them specifically, I'm like, don't delete this. If you do, you're dead to me. Because like you can view it in your library and there's just like a lock image over it. Like, you
that's
can't-
so
frustrating.
disappointing.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I can't believe they deleted it. It's just such a well-made demo. Like,
oh yeah, people are still finding.
Was that
stuff in
supposed to be for the Silent Hill
Yep.
game
It's
with
gonna be the
Norman Reedus?
Silent Hills, yeah.
Why didn't that end up coming out?
because
'cause-
Kojima left Konami. I
Yeah,
believe.
Konami canceled it first because of some issues with Kojima.
Oh.
And then Kojima's just like, yeah, I'm out. Peace. And then
Yeah.
started Kojima Productions, which
Mhm.
made Death Stranding. And now I think he's already writing a new game.
I think so.
It's going to be a horror game too.
Oh yeah.
Would he not be able to come out with that game from his own?
No,
because
'cause,
Silent Hills is a
Konami?
Konami
game.
Oh.
property, which I really want to play Silent Hill 2.
Yeah,
which I heard
I've
that's
that
a
one's
great
really
game.
good.
Well, I really enjoyed like the aspect and the idea of Man of Medan.
Yep.
Like just the cooperative survival game, like trying to figure out a mystery,
It
like
sounds really cool.
creepy stuff. But I mean,
The execution.
that game was
How that went around, like it fell off so hard. So
Until
yeah.
Dawn's a lot better. Even
Is
that
it?
one falls off a little bit at the end, but like it's a way better game.
What's the new one that's coming out?
Hope's Peak, I think.
Little Hope.
Little Hope.
Little Hope. We should try that when it comes out.
I'll still play it. I mean, it was still a fun experience, but like, it was a downgrade from Until Dawn, like graphics wise, acting. Like the graphics in Until Dawn are actually really, really good.
Yeah.
And
when did that one come out?
I think all the actors in
2015.
Until Dawn are way better. It has what's her name from
Hayden
Heroes?
Panettiere.
Yeah,
And Rami Malek.
yeah.
right?
Has
Oh, Rami Malek's in it?
Yeah.
yeah. He's Josh, right?
He's like Josh. I think his name's Josh.
Yeah, he's the brother, right? Of the two girls.
That's such a good TV show.
He's in the new James Bond movie.
Yeah, he's a villain, right?
That actually, I'll actually go see that.
Dude, I've only watched one and it's so
I've-
boring.
Did you watch Skyfall?
I think it was Skyfall. was
You
one
should
I
watch Casino Royale.
I watched
Okay.
Goldeneye.
Oh, gosh. That I mean,
Goldeneye's a good one.
it's a dated '90s movie, but it's good.
It's a better one.
Yeah.
But Casino Royale's good.
I like Casino Royale.
Does it
Yeah.
have Mads Mikkelsen in it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a good villain.
And Eva Green, right?
Ugh, gosh dang it.
Yeah. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the biggest Bond fan. Like, I tried watching like the ones with Sean Connery and Roger Moore. I'm like, man,
Goldfinger. It's just
This is boring.
some of the shots are just he looks around a corner, looks around another corner. It's like
He just
all right.
to me he seems like such a boring character. Like he doesn't seem to have that
Oh,
much.
James Bond
Yeah,
character,
like
yeah.
himself. Like he just seems like he's just a womanizing like.
Well, at
agent.
least like you look at someone like the Jason Bourne character, like there's something more about his character, like the memory loss thing. He's trying to
Yeah.
like figure out why he is who he is, and
yeah,
there's a different aspect and
or like
depth to him.
Kingsman, like
or King.
Oh,
like,
I
yeah.
love that series.
in Mission Impossible 2, they build like it wasn't as good as first, but like
They
since
made it better.
They've made it better because they've given Ethan Hunt layers with the whole thing about his wife, and then all the like all this kind of things that they put.
You guys seen Mission Impossible 2?
oh, it's so
it's
bad.
so bad.
It's so bad.
Mission
The
Impossible
dub is,
1
like,
is
flying.
okay.
Yeah, it's so horrible.
Yeah, Mission Impossible 1's okay. 2's bad. 3's good.
3's good.
3's really good.
4 is amazing.
Is 4 Rogue Nation
Yep.
4 no. 4
Or-
is
or Ghost
4
Protocol?
is Ghost Protocol.
Yeah.
5 is Rogue Nation. 6 is Fallout.
I really like.
They're all.
I really like Rogue Nation.
that one. Yeah, and
Rogue
Fallout's
Nation.
good.
I like
yeah.
Fallout the best. I think
Yeah.
dude.
Henry, that bathroom fight scene
Oh,
with
dude.
Henry
Oh,
Cavill.
oh my God.
Dude, it's so good.
I'll still stand by it. Henry Cavill looks amazing with a mustache. Like he can really pull off the mustache look.
It was worth it for Justice
Oh
League.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
It's like the project was done for.
Well, just when he reloads his biceps in the bathroom, you could like almost hear the.
Yeah. So is like in the Snyder cut of Justice League, does Henry Cavill have a mustache?
No, because it was all shot before.
Oh,
all the
yeah.
reshoots.
All the reshoots were the scenes where he had a digital upper lip, and it was horrible. Like the first scene of Justice League was like almost a close up on his face. It was like, why? Like, what in the world? Why would you choose that shot? To start the movie off. It was pretty bad. But
Dang.
Yeah.
Rip.
I
Rip
was
Snyder Cut.
I was thinking an idea we could do for the show is we could pick a movie and announce it like the week before while we're recording that we'll discuss the next week.
well, we
Totally
talked about
original
that.
idea.
We talked about that.
A totally original idea by Landon Browning.
We talked about it
Yeah,
a
we
couple
talked-
weeks ago
yeah.
with Jonah,
Jonah
to
suggested
for each of
that.
us to pick a movie
Yeah.
that at least most of us haven't seen and watch it and then talk about
I
it.
guess the part of the idea I wanted to like is announce it before we so the audience
Like announce a
has chance-
movie today.
Yeah, so that
to
the audience
about
can watch
next
it
week.
too. So like, because we always, I feel like I brought up The Thing. Like,
Right.
if I brought that up, be like, hey, I'm gonna watch The Thing next week. Then we
Yeah.
could give like people a chance to like they don't have to like stop listening for spoilers and stuff. So
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
so I don't know if we want to do that.
Yeah,
Next
we
week's- Next week's movie will be Sonic the
Spider-Man
Hedgehog.
3.
Well, we should by the end of the podcast we should all think of a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then vote on it. The audience vote
We'll wait.
for our Patreon. So
Landon, Little Birds told me that you have a Madden
I
problem.
don't have a Madden problem.
So Madden's a game.
I don't have a Madden problem. The Madden problem has me.
The Madden problem. So Madden's a game where you can. It's basically an NFL simulator, and
so good.
Landon has created his own character for the Miami Dolphins
Landon's
Not
I-
only his own character,
Landon's
but a
I-
character with background,
and a story arc,
story life,
Land-
like from birth.
Landon's ideal pathway.
So Tell us about this character of yours, this star quarterback for the Miami Dolphins.
I'm having a tough time waking. Sometimes I wake up in the morning. I can't remember if I'm Landon Browning or if I'm Lucky Bridges, the star undrafted quarterback out of Tulsa that plays for the Miami Dolphins.
Dude, come on, you get a regular single player game to play.
It's my single player game.
Oh my gosh.
It's my adventure.
Didn't you try a single player game the other day?
I've been trying a bunch of them.
Yeah, he literally loaded up Final Fantasy 15 for 5 minutes and was like, "I'm bored already."
Bored?
I'm like,
not good.
Play one of the
playing right
play
now.
one of the Tomb Raider games.
No.
Did you only play the first one?
Play the
I
Force
played the
Unleashed
first
series.
No, wrong. I played like the first third of the second Tomb Raider twice.
How about you play God of War, Landon?
Maybe.
How about Nier Automata?
No.
So you don't get
Persona
bored with
5.
Madden at all?
Dude, I do get bored, but then I just keep playing.
Dude, that's bad.
No, it is
Dude,
bad.
it's
I'm
a bad cycle.
You're in a bad spot.
No,
You gotta break
it
out
does
of this.
happen. It happens to me every few years where I just
Okay, this isn't a podcast. This is an intervention.
Oh,
It happens
100%.
every
Landon, we care about you. We see that you are creating these fictional characters that you live through, and it's really disturbing to us. And we just want you to. We want the old Landon back. You know,
he's gone.
I mean,
Lucky's here.
no.
I do
It's too
agree with
late.
Landon though.
Lucky's
Madden,
everything
my
could
careers
be.
in sports games are amazing. I love those.
It's not amazing.
no.
They're some of my favorite things to do.
I probably played 30 plus games of Madden the past week and a half. I just get on and I just keep playing. Like I'm bored. My brain feels like it's rotting out, but I'm like, I'll just play another game.
Oh gosh,
That's a bad cycle. I get in that cycle with Smash Brothers sometimes. I'm like, I'm done. This is a stupid game. And I hit start to press the next round.
Yeah.
It's like,
I've done that with Fortnite for the past 2.5 years.
Yeah.
You hit start, and then you get your debit
credit
card.
It's like $800. You're gonna buy
$800 for a chicken costume.
You know what the next step is, Landon? You're
It's
gonna get
okay.
into Ultimate Team.
No. I tried Ultimate Team. It's stupid.
I don't
No,
like
you're eventually going to make your way
No,
there.
it takes too much effort to be good in Ultimate Team.
So franchise is just lazy
it's a
enough
little
for you.
Yeah, it's a little easier. I've already got my player so I'm a third of the way through his second season. He started out a 65 OVR. He's a 91 OVR now.
That's amazing.
Because I'm so good.
what does that mean?
Your player ranking, 99 is the best you can be. 65 is really bad.
That's
It's just your ranking. It's made of a different it's kind of like an RPG. I'm playing an RPG right now.
No, you're not.
It's a skill. You level up.
No,
you
you're
get
not.
experience points to dump into different skill trees.
It is. It is.
Landon's
an RPG.
I found a golden football.
Yeah.
It's great.
+2 resistance to tackles.
I don't have an offensive line though, and I don't have a running game. So
Yeah.
What do you have then?
passing
Just the throwing game?
Just
I
passing
throw
game.
it every
Oh
down.
my god.
Landon, you got really upset because you fumble. Your
lost
running
in the
back
AFC.
fumbled 3 times, I think.
Well, we made it. We haven't. The Miami Dolphins made it to the Lucky led the team to a division title at 7-9, and then we got hot. We got hot in the playoffs.
Soon Landon's going to be like, I made it to the It's going to transform into he is Lucky Bridges.
Is Lucky Bridges here right now, Landon? Can
You're
we
talking-
talk? Can we talk to Lucky Bridges?
Hey guys, it's Lucky here.
Gosh.
Yeah, we lost the AFC Championship because my running back fumbled. He dropped the touchdown pass and then fumbled his next 2 touches.
Oh.
And then I still was able to force overtime. We blew a 7-point lead with 3 minutes left in the game. And then we had a chance to just, the game's tied with a minute and a half. Running back fumbles again off of a small swing route or whatever. So then they take the lead. I have 35 seconds left, down by 3, and I get the ball down the field to kick a field goal to take it to overtime. Get the ball in overtime, we win the coin toss. First play, I throw it to my tight end. He gets hit, fumbles at 20. They kick they score the next play, and I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
I turned my PS4 off and just got up and just kind of wandered around my apartment, lost. I was lost. I was aiming
That's what happens when you play Madden.
yeah.
You get absolutely screwed by the Madden.
Lucky won MVP though his rookie season, so.
Dude,
And he's on pace to win it again. He's we're 5 weeks in the season. He's already broke 3,000 yards passing.
just play a
That's
normal game.
That's so sad.
Play a normal game,
No.
please. I beg you.
I'm not even playing the newest Madden. I'm playing
Madden 19. I know. I see you. I'm like, oh boy, Landon's online playing Madden 19. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna load up The Witcher.
Dude, I'm gonna buy the Outer Worlds. I think.
Dude, you have literally like 3 of my favorite games in your backlog. You have literally like probably my 3 favorite PS4 games in your backlog, and you refuse.
I'm too busy.
Them. No, you're not. Literally,
work's been crazy lately, man.
Gosh,
Like,
and you played like 30 games of Madden this weekend.
Dude. That's more like work. It's more work. It's like a side job.
Oh, that's
how
your
Lucky
side
makes
job?
his money.
Yeah,
right?
I gotta help Lucky.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta do stuff that you don't want to do to help other people.
Yeah, sometimes. Help me, Landon. Help me by playing my favorite
I already
games.
committed to helping Lucky. He needs me, and I need him.
Gosh dang it.
You guys have like achieved symbiosis.
Yeah.
We.
It's like Smeagol.
Lucky.
R2.
Excuse me.
R2.
Well, cool. We should play a different game than Madden.
Yeah.
What happened to Duck Game?
I'll play some Duck Game.
Yeah, but
Dude, don't talk about Duck Game.
Dude, Duck
Freaking
Game's so
pisses me off.
good.
oh gosh, have we talked about how Michael
Game's
bought Duck
great.
Game and it
I think so.
destroyed his
Dude, I
PlayStation?
like not to insult you, but like I feel like there's got to be something
It's a personal
wrong.
problem.
Like,
I mean, yeah, the game didn't choose me.
yeah,
I'm not good enough.
yeah.
There's a huge competitive.
You don't
following
choose Duck
behind
Game. Duck Game chooses
You should play with like your brother and sister,
yeah.
Carter and
Carter
Carmen.
Carmen.
Play with them.
Come back, Carter.
That's
You look
this
like
is
you just like
nickname.
died inside.
Uh,
Randy, you can
fun
play with your
as
dad
that
too. You can play with your
sounds.
dad.
yeah,
You think your dad would play Duck Game?
No, he hates video games.
Really?
Does he?
Why?
I don't know. He thinks they're a waste of time.
that's
Why?
how my. That's
they
how-
are a waste of time.
I mean, yeah, he's not
It's
wrong.
no different. It's
That's
no,
how
well,
Papa
it is,
Elton
but
is.
also like a movie's a waste of time technically too. If you look at it, a book is a waste of
Sleep
time
is a
technically
waste
too.
of time.
What isn't a
Look at
waste
it.
of time? Is there something that's not a waste of time?
I mean,
Shut
if
up.
you really want to get into it, like you can make an argument that everything's a waste of time. But
Is this podcast a waste of
Oh,
time?
for sure. Definitely.
We're making differences here, people.
Dave's like, you can waste less time by listening to the podcast at 2 times speed.
Dave's also like, or you can waste no time and stop recording. And we're like, no, Dave, we're not
No,
stopping.
show must go
recording.
on.
That's
Little jab here and there.
Just very subtle.
Yeah.
Well, what? We should like read a book.
Read a
What are
book?
some books?
I'm
What are some
down.
books you like?
I'm
I want to
reading a
read.
book.
I want to read
I
Dune.
just Dune. Oh gosh, I will like. I've talked about it on this podcast before, but it is so fantastic.
What book?
It's basic.
Dune.
Dune is amazing. So it's a science fiction novel about kind of this family house being uprooted from one planet to another, and it's just fantastic. And there's this whole like it's a mix of like a political novel versus like an adventure novel as
I
well.
liked it, yeah.
It's kind of it's really interesting. And
Is it kind of like Game of Thrones with sci-fi?
I haven't read Game of Thrones, so I wouldn't really know. But it's not. It's definitely not dirty at all. If that's a good way to describe
Well,
Game of
Nah,
Thrones.
it's like, nah,
I'm gonna pass
good.
on that one.
Pass on
then.
that one. So
What-
there's-
what's
there's
the point,
no,
then?
Like, there's no.
What a waste of
crazy,
time.
No sex.
No.
No read. I'm just kidding.
Gosh dang it.
I would read it, but I'm illiterate.
Just get the audio
You're
book.
illiterate.
Yeah, I'm illiterate.
Get the audio book.
I'm deaf.
What?
Low key.
How are you on this podcast?
Yeah.
Those
I
headphones.
wanna
Those
read-
headphones are doing nothing for you.
I want to read Dune.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
Dune,
We
Dune's
should.
fantastic.
Would you guys want to like? I know you've read it, Will, but would you guys want to like do a nerdy book club or something?
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
My grandpa
Landon?
got me a book on why to never say the word moist.
Okay.
All right, we can keep going. Moment of silence.
Please. Nobody say anything.
Did you read the book?
Yeah, it's
How long was it? Like,
5
5
it's
pages?
like 150 pages.
oh my god.
What?
It's this
What?
book. So this college campus, this student had a problem with people saying the word moist, and she brought it to the president. And the president was
Oh,
like, to make them sound more to make students comfortable, we're not allowed to say this word. Then someone posted this thing to like directly attack
The person that like went and brought that.
Oh,
to
it's
sounds like
it-
the least fun person.
it's insane. It was
Imagine it being like at a party gathering or something.
it was
you're just
incredibly
like-
stupid. It was
and this
basically
person's
talking
like,
about.
oh yeah, this punch is very moist.
I don't like
just
that.
it just throws a tantrum. Like
it was basically talking about getting rid of like freedom of speech, pretty much. Like
It's
limiting
one giant
what we
analogy.
should do.
limiting what
There's too
someone
many
can
idiots
say.
in this
and
world.
I didn't agree with it at all. And my grandpa was like, I want you and Jameson to like read it, and Jameson's reading it now, and it's interesting to see what he'll say.
That reminds me of some books I had to read in high school because it's for class.
What was your favorite book to read in high school?
I liked Great Expectations.
Oh,
I
haven't
actually
read
enjoyed that
Great
book.
Expectations.
It's a good
I
book.
need to read it.
What's that one about?
It's Leo Tolstoy, right?
That doesn't sound right.
It doesn't. No, he did
Maybe.
War and Peace.
What's it about?
Expectations. I don't know. But it's a famous book that's been thrown around. Definitely.
Yeah, I've heard the name. I just can't think of. I definitely haven't read it.
It follows the story of this guy. I think it's like the 1800s or 70s. I can't remember. It was a long time ago though. But it follows this kid just growing up and kind of finding his way in his career life and trying to find out who he is, and it's deep. He has expectations for himself, and everybody has for him. So it was a good read. The characters are very compelling.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you guys ever feel like there's expectations put on you?
All the time.
Charles Dickens
Mr.
yeah,
Dickens
is the author.
He has a lot of books about like the kind of
Mr.
stuff.
Chuck
Tale
Finding
Two
Dickens.
Cities.
Yeah, Tale Two Cities is good. Oliver Twist.
My little brother was in a play. About
Is he a tree?
He writes a lot about like poverty, people in poverty, kind of.
Yep.
Trying to like get rich or something, or not. Maybe that. Like I feel like he has a lot of books like contrasting like poor and rich people.
Yeah. So would your dad hate it? I spoke to Michael, by the way. So Randy.
Randy didn't care for Parasite winning Best Picture.
Yeah.
He didn't?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I just a popular opinion to have is that Parasite is overrated.
I thought it was good.
Yeah,
That's
I thought it was
that's only an
fantastic.
opinion that's came into place now that it won Best Picture too.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
I thought it
In
was
my
good.
defense, I mean, I wouldn't say I thought it was overrated. I just liked 1917 a
Way
lot
more,
more.
yeah.
And that's
That's
just an opinion. I mean, everybody has their opinion.
Oh, yeah, for
From
sure.
seeing previews of 1917, it looked a lot more kind of in depth than Parasite almost. Just
And,
action
what do you-
wise and all
Oh,
that.
action wise,
Oh.
I mean, there's more.
Yeah, I mean, they're totally
They're almost
they're
incomparable.
totally
Oh,
different
I
stories. I mean,
agree.
they're
because
I think that's why there's so much split about which one people think should have won.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it boils down to is that Donald Trump basically made a comment of like, "Oh, I can't believe Parasite won Best Picture. Like a bunch of Koreans made it."
Not to
And-
get political, but he sounded like a complete moron saying
Yeah.
that.
Oh, some of the
100%.
stuff he says is so stupid.
Like it baffles me. And a lot of people follow that opinion, and for me, it just baffles me.
It seems like kind of like nearsighted to like just because of like
Uh-huh.
a different country.
It's
made the
not
movie.
it's
Like,
not an American award. It's like
No,
the Best Picture can go to anybody.
Well,
And
the fact that it's a Korean movie has nothing to do with the reason why I didn't
yeah,
think it
no,
should have won.
exactly,
Like I just
exactly.
like the
You-
story itself. I didn't really.
You like 1917 more?
Yeah, the way I felt after 1917 compared to the way I felt after Parasite was just completely different.
Oh,
and I enjoyed the feeling of the 1917 movie gave me over Parasite.
yeah.
Parasite was still an interesting movie.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen a movie like
Yep.
that before, so it was, in those terms, I didn't hate the movie. I just
No,
I don't know.
it's a different. I mean, 1917. I was left like really emotionally exhausted. And
Oh
like,
yeah,
and-
yeah. Have we all seen it here?
no,
I
I
have
haven't
not.
seen it.
You guys should.
Gosh,
really
you
go
guys
see it.
really gotta
especially
see
in
it.
theaters. It's a movie. you
It's
should
a
see in
theater
theaters.
movie
It's-
for sure.
It's
Even
it's-
if you have to wait till it goes to the Garland or something, you have to see it in theaters.
yeah,
Okay.
it's good, and it's kind of it's a faster paced told story. I think like not a lot of time for dialogue and whatnot, but like through like maybe not maybe environmental storytelling or just like facial expression and just like
It's such a
The
unique
journey.
movie. It's so hard to describe how the story's told almost,
Yeah.
But it's once the movie starts, it's
you're there,
it's
you're
going
It doesn't
constantly,
stop.
yeah. And that's just the nature of the story being told, but it's man, it's an incredible movie. I love that movie.
Yeah.
It's really good.
it left you like feeling, like I said, just emotionally exhausted. Like, just through the
Well,
character's experience. Like,
I guess like when I think of Best Picture, I think of like the movie as a whole, not just the story being told or not just the acting, but like the music, for example, the cinematography, the acting, the story. Like I look at the whole movie and like I'm a big music fan, especially in movies, and the score for 1917, I think, just brings out a lot of emotion and like tragedy and a sense of urgency and feeling like this job has to get done.
oh yeah,
And I think like when I look at Parasite, the music really was like, I honestly can't remember.
Was
the
there
music
even
at all.
Was there even music in it?
Oh
There was
yeah,
a little bit, yeah.
I'm sure there was.
I think, I think, like you're saying, like, yeah, it's the urgency in it. Like Parasite's more like you finish movie, like the Parasite wants you to think and kind of like maybe discuss like the different.
I think
morality of the
Parasite
film, like,
challenges more of how you perceive certain people.
Yep.
1917 is just, I think, an amazing journey being told.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I almost, not in a bad way, I almost don't want to watch 1917 again just
Mhm.
because of how I felt, the way the movie made me feel the first time watching it. I'm like, I don't think I can. I don't know if I could quite capture that like high of watching it.
You
again.
almost don't
Like,
want to ruin it.
Yeah, like almost like
See, I've seen it twice now, and I felt the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get choked up thinking about it. Like even now,
It
it's
almost feels like a Nolan movie, just for how interesting the interesting way they told the story, and even the music. I mean, I'm relating this to like Hans Zimmer with his scores, because he does a lot of Christopher Nolan movies, and it felt like that type of movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just I love that movie.
Oh, it's incredible.
Such a good movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't like the people.
Parasite wasn't.
Yeah,
wasn't
I just
bad
don't
at
like
all.
that they have to make it. People have to make it political.
Oh, 100%.
Like, it's like, dude, it's just
even though it's a kind of a political movie.
Yeah.
Parasite's more of a political movie.
Yep.
You don't have to create excuses to not like it that would have to do with
Yeah.
political. Like a ton of people on Twitter were like, "Oh, like there was a part of Twitter that was like, oh, I can't believe like Parasite won for like similar. It's like, oh, 1917, a war movie. Like they value war movies over like everything else just because of the themes of war." And like, fair enough, you can have your own opinion about that, but it's just frustrating to see how like closed-minded you are on what messages movies tell.
Yeah. Well, and you don't even have to like agree with what the film's.
Oh,
like,
100%.
Because the director behind Parasite, he's made quite a few movies. He made a Netflix movie,
Okja,
which is like a blatant movie about like against
hippo or something.
Yeah, it's a movie about like corporate like animal like eating animals and stuff. Like the guy's a very liberal minded person. I would say like even the message of Parasite's somewhat liberally minded kind of, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of unique. It doesn't make a governmental statement, but it kind of has a criticism of just people in general.
yeah.
And the way that like I feel like it's almost unavoidable, right? You're gonna have more people with
You're gonna lean
more
one way or
money.
the other. Yeah.
that look like people are going. There are always going to be people that look down on a lower class, and that
Yeah.
creates situations where things kind of explode.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's just it's a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Fantastic message, I think, and it can
Yeah.
be. I think can be applied outside of politics too.
Oh yeah.
With how you look at other people, how you treat other people.
Yeah,
how
like
you,
I said, like it is a somewhat political message, but it's not like shoved down your throat.
Oh,
like,
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said too, like, you don't have to agree with every message a movie has to still think it's like a decent
No.
movie. Like,
Yeah.
you can be challenged by stuff and be like, well,
Yeah.
I don't actually agree with that, but they told this in a really well way. And
Yeah.
like maybe you can then understand someone
really
else's
well
point.
way.
A really good way. You can understand, and like maybe you can empathize with other people's point of views a little
Yeah,
bit better too.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
100%.
I think sometimes people kind of have a view of like, oh, my opinion on this is morally, objectively right.
Yeah.
And your opinion's morally wrong. When it's like it's a little bit more gray than that. I think sometimes.
100%, especially
Yeah.
when you like it's pure subjective opinion. It's
Yeah.
like when somebody claims like Rise of Skywalker is a good movie. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh. I enjoyed that film.
Love you, Jonah.
I just heard Jonah cry out.
Like, "Ah!" Like, and you're gonna be working when Jones, and he's just gonna be listening to this, and he's gonna be like, "Gosh dang it, Will!"
He'll probably come up to me and be like, "Man, you guys are stupid."
Probably.
I mean, we are stupid.
We are
so.
dumb.
We are. I mean, we
we
didn't
don't know
even
anything.
catch a lot of things in
Oh yeah,
Rise of Skywalker.
didn't catch all the millions of messages that were clearly easy to pick up on.
We love you.
We
Jonah.
didn't understand the.
You just have
The
to watch
water
like,
gun
You
analogy.
just have to watch like 5 hours of some Star Wars fan explaining it on YouTube, and then you can believe it.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. We love
Pew,
you, Jonah.
pew.
Aren't there new episodes of Clone Wars out right now?
There are,
Yeah.
Star Wars
On
turn.
Disney Plus.
Just a quick
I
Star
need-
Wars turn.
I need to watch that show.
Yeah, I heard it's a fantastic show.
It's a good show.
I watched 2.5 seasons, I think. So basically, I got somewhat through the 3rd season, and I've gotten spoiled. I've looked at some of the plot lines for some of the later
Anakin's Darth
episodes.
Vader.
What?
No.
Michael, why would you do
I'm
that?
so sorry.
But they're dark.
There's
Very
some,
dark.
There's some dark.
I want to
stuff.
watch it. I want to.
Have you watched the whole series?
I haven't watched the new ones that came out on Disney Plus, but I've watched all the way up to that point.
Yeah, it's
No spoilers.
like oh gosh, I'll talk to you after one. But there's one. I think it's just sad to follow like the rookies, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's just a depressing like not clones to follow because
Yes.
they all yeah,
Yes, I agree. Yeah, it's a great show.
great show. Highly recommend for any Star Wars fan.
I mean, it's not. It's one of those shows that it looks like a kid's show, but any
Oh,
adult
no.
could enjoy it.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, Star Wars is just a kid's show anyway.
it was made for 12-year-olds.
Classic.
Yeah. What other? Is there anything else coming out on Disney Plus? That,
See, that's my problem with Disney Plus.
There's nothing
There's
there.
nothing to watch for me.
well, and if
I've
there is
seen
something
every
on there
single
that you
mark.
want to watch, it's like, oh, it's not available until 2023.
like,
yeah. It's like, why did you even pay for this in the first place? All right, Mandalorian.
Mando.
It's
Yeah.
it's done now.
Yeah.
Oops. Like nothing to watch now.
Yeah.
Isn't that the big thing that like pushed?
Oh yeah. That
Oh,
was their
100%.
flagship.
Now that's over, like they're gonna ride on the Clone Wars, and people are gonna be like, all right, let's watch the Clone Wars. And then it's like after that's done, it's like, what else are we gonna watch? Like,
I mean, they do have a lot of the like almost all the Marvel movies are on there.
when's Falcon coming out?
This
Soon.
summer
April maybe?
is it?
Is that it?
I think it's coming out soon.
Dang. Okay, maybe that'll keep people. then.
Yeah, I know, like all those Marvel shows. Those will definitely.
WandaVision.
That actually looks pretty
What
interesting.
even is that about?
It seems like a very like mind bending, almost stuck in
Multi-universe.
some like fake universe thing with the Vision and Wanda Maximoff character.
You can see them jump around different time periods.
Like it's almost like
60s,
they're
70s, 80s,
like they're tricking themselves that they're stuck in like a 60s sitcom and then
weird.
bouncing to like
Interesting.
the 80s and then but they're like I'm only getting this from the really short trailer that came out, but it looks like they're like starting to figure out like wait, something's not right here, and they're trying to I think break out of it.
When does it take place in the like?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because spoilers.
Vision go rip.
Vision dies. If I remember.
a lot of
correctly.
people are saying that it could take place while he's dying.
Oh, dude, that'd be
like
great.
in his mind.
That would be awesome.
Right. Yeah. So I honestly don't know. I don't know if they've released anything about it, but it looks interesting. It looks like a different story being told.
Is it just gonna be one season? Are they like?
Probably. I'd imagine that a lot of these Marvel shows are just going to be like a one season thing.
That's cool.
Especially
That's fine with
like
me.
I heard they're gonna connect right back into the MCU. Right.
Yeah,
into
I'm
their
sure.
more
Well,
movies.
I'm sure
Like,
this is like a way for them to tell a more in-depth story without having to do 3 movies.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
100%.
which is totally fine. I mean, look what
I'm a supporter.
look
of
how
it,
the
yeah.
Mandalorian did. That was a great choice doing it as a 9 episode series.
8 episodes.
8 episode series. Like I would.
That's
I
4
much,
movies right there. pretty
Yeah,
much.
I way prefer that over a trilogy.
Oh yeah.
Like I think it added or it complemented the story they were telling.
Yeah, you don't need a large scale budget for.
No.
I mean, they spent a lot of money on that, but
Yeah,
Because I know the Loki show is supposed to connect right into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Like
Yeah.
that storyline is supposed to go directly into it.
and it follows
Interesting.
It follows the Loki that took the
Tesseract.
Tesseract.
Yeah, not the.
So it's a
not the
Loki.
dead one.
It's a Loki that still is like
bad.
evil,
evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Huh.
which is interesting.
yeah.
How many times can Loki die?
He's died so many times.
One Loki, two Loki, three Loki, four Loki.
Well, he died at the end of the first Thor.
Yeah.
He
died
died
at the end of the second
Thor.
And then they reveal in the post credit, right, that he's the
that he's dad posing as his dad,
yeah.
Yeah.
which is kind of a cool twist.
Um,
That was
And-
the one part of that movie that's like, okay, that got me.
and then he dies.
Infinity
War.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
That's
I think
when he
that's
tries to
it.
stab Thanos. He just
Yeah, he's like-
crushes him.
Like, okay, I
bend the knee.
why would you think, from a writing perspective, I don't know how you write that well.
Ever be a god.
I don't understand. That's just.
What did you understand?
Why would Loki ever try to stab Thanos like that? Like he has
He's
to
the
be
baller.
smarter. No, it's just a stupid decision,
I
right?
couldn't afford to have him in the rest of the movie.
Loki
if
didn't
if
seem
he
very
just saw
smart.
Hulk get his like complete like
Green buttocks.
kicked, like his green cheeks destroyed.
Oh, no.
There's got to be a better way to say it.
I'm uncomfortable.
I apologize.
I'm uncomfortable.
Like, how would you think that, this tiny little knife that I'm holding behind myself as I bend my knee, that I'm going to thrust into his throat? Like,
I mean, it worked for Gamora. Kind of.
Not really.
Not really.
No, not at all.
She thought it worked.
Isn't that one that's just like the fake him or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, that part's funny.
Because, like,
How awesome would it have been if the movie just ended there? Like, oh, okay.
well, Thanos dead.
No threat.
Gamora is, like, completely destroyed on the inside. Oh, that would have been sad. I would have
How
cried.
about that Black Widow movie?
Not excited.
I'm down.
I'm not excited.
Every time I see
It's got a
the
good cast. It's got a great cast.
Every time I see the trailer where they're like skydiving, like through all this stuff, I just
Yeah.
imagine the guy in Deadpool 2. Just like dude, I'm just going right next to them. What was that guy's name? Kevin or something?
It was.
Oh, yeah, Kevin.
You're talking about like the fat white guy.
Yeah, with the, he looked like guy from Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
What
I
happens?
forgot what his
How does
name
he
was.
die again? Because he saves him, and
Doesn't he get? Does he go through the wood chip?
no, that's
No, that's one of the other guys.
Or does he get run over? Or
Oh, that's the
something?
invisible guy.
The invisible
No.
guy gets hit on the wires, and he's
That's
actually
Brad
like Brad
Pitt.
Pitt.
yeah,
Yeah,
Brad Pitt.
that's right.
The guy that gets in the wood chipper is Skarsgård or whatever.
Oh, the puke guy.
Yeah, he's.
Oh, yeah,
Pennywise,
yeah.
And then
Because Peter is the white guy.
Oh, Peter.
Oh,
yeah.
right,
He
yeah.
grabs him and he's like, I
Run,
got you.
Peter.
Yeah, he's like pukes all over.
Oh yeah, he vomits on his face and he
Yeah.
disintegrates, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that goes downhill pretty quick.
I love that. That's like the best scene in that movie.
It's
Like,
It's
so
a mediocre
good, where they're
movie,
all
but that's
jumping.
so funny.
How do you think they're gonna do Deadpool 3 with it now a Disney property?
did
Well-
they say they're still gonna be rated R?
So
I hope so.
with,
I
don't
with
know.
its success, I think they're gonna just be like, okay, Deadpool, you can do whatever you want. Like, we're gonna leave you guys to do what you want. Unless it goes downhill, then we're gonna completely retcon everything. But for now, you guys are in your own little section, doing whatever you want, making whatever you want, and we're gonna just worry about it.
So is he gonna be a part of everybody else though, or
I don't think
They
so.
shouldn't.
I
I
don't think
I
they
doubt
could do
it.
that.
It would
I
be
don't-
funny if he was there and they like bleep out like he's getting frustrated because like they're bleeping him out like some fourth wall thing.
Yeah. Okay, that would be actually maybe pretty
see that'd
funny.
be fun, but like
Not for long. He
For
just
the
needs to be
whole
a bit-
movie,
he needs to be
though?
a bit character. He needs to just be in it for a little
yeah,
bit.
exactly.
Like,
He's such a hard character to be in an. Like, I guess if they didn't set him up as like just this constantly swearing person,
yeah.
then they could have transitioned it easier.
I mean,
Because like in the
PG-13
comics,
is allowed one F-bomb.
actually they're allowed 2.
What?
Was it
Two?
two?
Yeah,
Really?
Quick double tap.
Interstellar has 2 F-bombs and it's PG-13.
Ooh.
Huh. Interesting.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. Both the Deadpool movies aren't really that great.
No,
Like,
I would not
I mean,
recommend them.
they're okay.
I like them. I
They're
laugh at
fine.
them.
And they're not my favorite.
I enjoy
Um,
them.
The effects though in the first one for how like cheap the movie was is actually pretty incredible.
yeah.
because it looks like really expensive, but it was a pretty low budget movie, like 40,
They made a ton of
40 million
movie
or
money
something.
off it.
That's
50
crazy
million?
how that's low budget.
Well, for a movie, yeah.
No, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like that's so much.
40 million's a
money.
lot of money, but
It's so much
not
money.
it's not a lot of money for Hollywood.
No,
not at all.
I get that.
Like, what was that? Like Avatar, I think its budget was at least over 500 million.
Oh
That's
my gosh.
insane.
I mean, when it makes over 2 billion, though, it's,
Yeah.
that's nothing.
You're good. You're
Yeah.
good. You good.
They're making
Money
new
time.
ones. They're making new ones.
Yeah, dude, I don't think they're ever going to come out.
I've never
They keep
seen.
They've
pushing-
been pushed
they keep
back
pushing 'em.
year after year after year since 2009.
I've never
Yeah.
seen Avatar.
I haven't
It's
either.
a stupid movie.
It looks stupid.
I don't.
The sad part is when it comes out and it bombs, like the first one. They've already filmed and made all the other ones, and they're like, oh,
Oh no.
like, oh no.
Yeah.
We might not make our
I don't
budget
know.
back for the first one.
It's
Does anybody care about it anymore? I feel like
I mean,
more
I
peop-
don't
I feel like
care.
more people don't like it than do.
I'm not
like
gonna
it.
see it if it comes out.
Yeah. Well, see, the first one, I think a main reason why it did so well and made so much money is because it really pushed the whole 3D thing. Like go see it
It's
in
the
3D. Like
pioneer of
3D is
3D.
like the thing now because Avatar is so good. Like go see, it's in IMAX 3D. Like
It was more.
that's
of an
what makes it
event to go to.
amazing. Yeah, like you just have to see the visual effect. Like the story is a really boring story.
it's a rehash.
Yeah.
Of,
It's a
like,
rehash of a story we've seen many times before. I mean, like
white man bad.
right? Trees good, white men evil.
It's pretty much Pocahontas.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a good Disney movie though. Pocahontas.
I like the raccoon. So funny.
You like raccoons?
Yeah, they're cool.
What
Did you
about-
ever play Sly Cooper?
I played a little bit of one of them.
Yeah.
Didn't.
No, no.
It was like towards the tail end of like when Sly Cooper was like a big deal.
See, Landon doesn't
Yeah,
like
I would
regular
play-
single player games. You know,
I would play.
Madden.
I would play another Sly Cooper game if
Madden.
they came out with a new one.
Well, there's a rumor
PS5?
to be another Ratchet and Clank game in the works. But
Oh, yeah,
They're
definitely.
definitely making it. There's no
Yeah.
way Sony would have bought them, like if they like didn't have one in the
Yeah.
works. I don't think.
yeah.
They're big enough. I think they got probably two teams. Like one team's making Spider-Man, the other team's.
Well, they're a fantastic studio.
yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
I've heard rumors that the next Ratchet and Clank could be a PS5 launch game.
That would make
I'd
sense.
be okay with that. That's
That'd be a good
later
one to
this
launch
year.
it with.
Would
Later
you rather
this year,
have?
yeah.
Would you rather have Spider-Man 2 or Ratchet and Clank be the launch title?
Both.
I think Ratchet and Clank probably is more likely just because Spider-Man came out.
But what would you rather have?
I'd rather have Spider-Man.
I would rather have Spider-Man.
I'd rather have.
I think
Ratchet and
Spider-Man.
Clank
I think
rather than-
Spider-Man would sell more.
I think so.
consoles, too.
Yeah.
I
But
think-
imagine if Ratchet and Clank was like a pack-in game, like they put a pack-in game, which they probably won't. But like,
Probably not.
that'd still be a good launch game, though. You buy your
Oh yeah, I mean
PS5 and buy a
the Ratchet and Clank title has been around since the PlayStation 2.
Well, it's a good like everyone game. Like it's fun. Like adults
Yeah.
will like it, and then you can get it for kids. Too.
It has really unique humor that I've
Oh,
really
yeah.
only seen
Captain
in
Quark's the best.
Oh
I
my
love Captain Quark.
Captain Quark. Borderlands kind of comes close to that humor, but Ratchet and Clank just does it
In
in a more clever way, I think.
a more clever way because I think it's cleaner.
Well, yeah, it's a rated T title, so they have to be more clever with it.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I feel like Borderlands 3 just isn't as funny as the second one. I haven't played as much.
Yeah.
of it, but
I
like,
haven't played almost any.
I felt like I got it. Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the Handsome Jack character. He was so
Yep.
funny
Oh,
in
so
the
good.
second one. And spoilers, he dies.
Yeah,
and,
he gets capped hard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I'm not compelled at all by the villain.
They're so annoying.
Yeah,
They're so annoying.
yeah,
I like
it's not interesting. to me.
as a driving force me to complete the game. It was like I want to kill them. Like they have to die.
I mean, it's fun getting to play with Dave and
Yeah.
occasionally Landon.
I'm keeping up. I'm not under leveled. I'm not under leveled. You go.
But yeah,
At least it's a better story probably than the Division 2.
The Division
least
2,
so far.
I don't know if I'll play that game again.
I'm glad I didn't spend the $4 or whatever. it was.
$3.
$3.
and like 20 something
20
cents.
something cents. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's literally I could care less about every single character in that game, and it's like
I've already skipped most cutscenes.
I don't even know what the story is. I just
don't
know
either.
that there's
liberate Washington D.C.
I'm like living in the White House now or something.
And it's like, man, I know the game's point is not to have a story. Basically, it's a looter shooter. I think
Yeah,
is how you
a
best describe it.
schluter.
A schluter. that nice little schluter.
Sounds dirty.
Well, guys,
Well,
guys, keep it family friendly.
going back to the Spider-Man game, how would you guys feel if the new one was like a co-op?
I'd hate that. I hate it.
What, really?
That'd be
Yeah, I hate
interesting.
it.
Well, I mean, like not a mandatory co-op, but like you could,
No.
because where the last one left off is there's 2 Spider-Men now.
Like just have him be
But
like another
that'd be
character. Just have
fun.
it like GTA where you switch to him for certain missions. Like,
I mean, that's probably what's going to happen, but it would be an interesting dynamic that they haven't done before in any.
you lose the
superhero game.
immersion when you add a second player.
Do you?
I
Not
feel
necessarily.
I feel yeah.
How do you lose the immersion?
Because like you see like their janky looking like movements, you know. And you're like,
What?
oh,
like you play with. I'm gonna play with Oliver, and he's gonna be just like teabagging the entire time as Miles.
Yeah, like, well,
like-
It's just, you know,
Family friendly.
Yeah.
Well, jeez.
Yeah, Will.
okay, example like I played Dying Light, which is a first person like parkour zombie survival game.
What?
That's the gameplay is like free like parkour running in first person.
Like what's that one?
Have you
Mirror's
never heard of the
Edge.
game?
Mirror's Edge.
Yeah,
I've never. No.
it's
Wow.
a great game.
I don't know
It's
what
a
this
great
game is.
game, but and the movement looks
That sounds
really,
stressful. I don't
It
know.
is stressful. It's
I don't know
fun.
if I could make it.
It's
through.
probably the best first person movement I've ever played in a game.
Oh, really?
Like it feels great. Like the wall running, the vaulting.
Can you see your own feet?
You can when you look down. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm interested. I hate the floating camera thing. Like all old Call of Duties had that problem where you'd look down and it's just like, okay, I'm just a floating head.
Yeah, no,
With
I'm pretty sure you
arms.
can see your feet moving and stuff. But the problem is when you play in co-op, because you can play 4-player co-op for the whole game,
Mhm.
the immersion's lost because you watch the other people doing their jumps and rolls and stuff, and it looks so like terrible. Like,
Well, maybe that's just on the game to make it good.
but I think
Because this
It's
sounds
almost
like it's your main.
yeah,
This sounds like it's your main problem though. So if they did it in a way that still looks cinematic and good, then would
Yeah.
you not have a problem with it?
I guess, but like I'd rather just almost have it like I'd rather just have my single player games be single player games, and then just have like the co-op
Yeah.
ones be the ones that
Like
are-
the
I'm just saying it would
Yeah.
be an interesting. It would be an interesting choice, seeing that hasn't been done before. It would just be something new, and
You run into an
and
issue.
the story would naturally imply that, I guess.
So
This is
is the
what I'm
whole
saying.
game playable with 2 people?
I don't know.
Here's the
I don't
issue
know.
though. So you have either co-op style missions where you have to play it co-op, or you could do it like, oh, you switch off between the 2 characters if you
Mhm.
don't have a friend, or you can do it where you're going to the same objectives. But all of those have pros and cons.
AI. What do you have to do with an
You have to do an AI maybe? Is that like a solution? So like as soon as you
Maybe.
make a co-op, you run into like a bunch of huge issues that you have to overcome.
What if like there's just the stories happen in real time with each other?
No,
You just
no.
like went off on your own thing.
No, I mean, don't have to have like a co-op, like a separate mode where you could just go around the city and fight
Online
bad people,
multiplayer.
like a
Millions of
like
Spider-Man
a second
flying
co-op
around
like
the city.
mode.
What? You
Okay.
two talked at the same time.
Okay, so Jordan said an online co-op mode where millions of Spider-Man are just swinging around everywhere, and Landon was talking about like a separate mode
Separate game
where you're
Or
just
you
in
could like
co-op.
just in free mode, basically.
Yeah, free mode, and then maybe have like they can have a second separate like not even campaign, but like separate missions that you can do in co-op. Like here's challenge rooms or challenge like fights with the second person.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I guess just like I really enjoyed the Into the Spider-Verse movie,
Oh,
and just
so
the
good.
multiple Spider-Man I think is a really good idea, and it would just be interesting to play that out in a cooperative way in a video game.
I want to play Peter B. Parker.
Dude, he was the best character.
I
One
love.
is he? Is he the
He's the
Jake
old
Johnson's
old guy.
character.
Jake Johnson.
fat Spider-Man, the sad one,
Dude.
the one that we would all be.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
How did you
way
know?
flatter before I warped.
Yeah. I liked Nicolas Cage's Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Let the
Oh,
match
yeah.
burst down on my feeling just so I could feel something.
Yeah.
Oh.
So good.
Yeah. Yeah, then I think the next one's coming out next year.
Yeah,
Huh,
2021, I think.
Yeah.
And Oscar Isaac is the what's his name
Miguel
or something. The Spider-Man 2099.
Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah.
The new Spidey.
Which he's an interesting character if you guys hadn't
I don't know anything about
heard
him.
about before.
No.
Spider-Man in 2099.
Mm.
Yes.
Sounds like awesome Spider-Man with cool new gadgets.
Yes.
It's like lasers.
Like basically Iron Man.
Yeah.
He's got a cool suit. I like his suit.
What
too.
suit did you guys use in the last Spider-Man game? I'm trying to remember which one
I switched around a
I
lot.
switched around, yeah.
Once the Raimi suit came out, I used that one a lot just
I never
because I
used that
really
one.
liked that suit in the universe. I used the Homecoming suit a lot. What else?
I can't even remember. I can't remember which
I
one.
liked the in-game suit though with the
Yeah.
white spider.
I think
I thought that was a cool suit.
The one I used exclusively when you get it is the last one that you get. I'm not gonna spoil it, but in the storyline.
I didn't like that suit.
I love that one.
I didn't like that one. I thought it looked goofy.
You're goofy.
I know.
Yuck.
Wilbur.
I love the Goofy movie.
I just watched that last week.
It's so good.
It's really funny.
I've never seen it.
I think
Shout
I've
out
only-
to Max.
I've only seen that one once, but I've seen an extremely goofy movie like probably 40 times.
That's the X game one, right?
Yeah, it's where he goes back to college.
That one's
or
so-
Max goes to college and his dad follows him.
The first one's
Hey,
way, the first
everybody.
one's way better.
Doesn't he burst into the room?
He's
He's like,
like,
"Hey,
yeah.
everybody!"
He's got like an afro hair and like
Yeah.
disco music.
I always wanted to try the cast that Goofy was like trying to show Max.
Oh, the perfect cast.
It is a perfect cast.
12 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Why not? All right.
Let her fly.
It's not that I don't want to go on a date with you, but I'm gonna be on stage.
Huh?
When Max tells his little crush that he's going,
Roxanne.
yeah,
Yeah.
that he's going on a trip with his dad, and he doesn't want to like embarrass himself, so he says that he's going to the concert.
Roxanne.
You don't have to go. Anyway, yeah, it's a great movie. You should watch it.
Yeah.
A trip down 90s nostalgia.
It's in
as
my
David
top
put it.
10.
Gosh dang it. Every movie is in your top 10.
No.
All right. Well,
What movie are we going to watch before next episode?
yeah. A Goofy movie?
Goofy movie.
Rosemary's Baby.
Gosh.
Has everybody here seen Casablanca?
No,
No,
I don't.
Hacksaw Ridge.
What is Casablanca about?
It's like an old 1940s, 50s movies. I think
About
somewhere around there.
1940s,
I think it won Best Picture the year. It's
Mm.
like a huge classic, but that's just a suggestion.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Let's watch Alfred Hitchcock's Rope.
Oh, we should watch Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window.
I'd watch that.
Rear Window.
I'll watch
Alfred
Rear Window.
Hitchcock. Have you seen it? I'm the only one that's seen it, right?
Never seen it.
So
I haven't seen it.
We should watch Rear Window. Let's do that one.
I'll do that.
That
All
one's
right.
fantastic.
So
Sweet.
for the listeners out there, for the listeners out there, watch Rear Window.
It has Jimmy Stewart
Jimmy
The goat. The goat.
and
Dude, he's
Grace?
so cool.
Is it on Netflix?
Grace Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite actors.
He's a really good actor.
No, I think you'll have to rent it or buy it.
I cry
somewhere.
every time I watch It's a Wonderful Life.
He's so good in that movie.
That's in my top 10 favorite movies.
It's
of
a
all
great
time.
movie.
Like,
It's a little long, but I mean it's good.
it's one of like the most like life affirming like movie. You watch it and you're like, yeah, like
Well, it makes it
Merry Christmas, Mr. Potter.
when it gets like really depressing, it's really depressing.
it is. It hits
like
hard.
you
like,
feel it in your gut. Like
Yeah.
man, I just feel sick for this guy. But
and then like once I'll spoil it because this movie's been out for like 80 years or whatever. But like once he jumps off the bridge and it goes through like all the like what his life like if he hadn't lived. Like dude, it gets me every time. Man, I get
Yeah.
like it's such a good movie. I haven't watched it in a couple years, but yeah, I like cry every time I watch it.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a great movie. It's a
Yeah.
wonderful movie.
All right, I'm leaving.
All right, that's the podcast. Thanks for being on, guys.
No problem.
Thank you for having me.
So our homework,
It's always been a blast.
Rear Window.
Are we gonna watch it together?
No,
Separate. I mean,
Separate.
we can, but
I do not want to watch it with you guys.
Oh,
yeah,
I mean, we could. I don't know.
I don't care.
I don't care. Either way. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. You guys can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, CastBox, YouTube, and other podcasting platforms. Visit our website at www.hotkeyspodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter at Hotkeys Podcast and join our Facebook group at HK Hotkeys. Please like, review us, and subscribe on whichever platforms you use. And you can also contact us at the email address hosts@hotkeyspodcast.com. Bye.
Farewell.
Bye.
goodbye.